In the quiet churchyard of St. Clement's in Leigh-on-Sea, Essex, lies a tomb that, at first glance, seems unremarkable. But as you draw closer, the stone begins to tell its story, a story of centuries gone by, of a woman named Mary Ellis, and of a curious connection between history and legend. Mary Ellis passed away in 1609 at the astonishing age of 119, or so her tomb claims. To put that in perspective, she lived through the entire 16th century, witnessing the reigns of every Tudor monarch. If it's all true, Mary was born in 1490, just 4 years after the Battle of Bosworth in the reign of Henry VIII, and she shared her year of death with Galileo, demonstrating his first telescope. But Mary's tomb reveals more than just her impressive longevity. The inscription also notes that she remained a virgin throughout her long life, a detail that, in any other context, might have been the most remarkable thing about her. Yet, this is not what draws visitors to her final resting place. No, what captures the attention of locals and visitors alike is the worn stone top of her tomb, known as the Cutlass Stone. Deep grooves mar the surface, and these cuts are what have transformed Mary's grave into a local legend. According to popular lore, these marks were left by press gangs, rough, formidable groups that roamed the country between the 17th and 19th centuries, forcing young men into service for the Royal Navy. The story goes that these gangs would wait outside St. Clement's during Sunday services, ready to pounce on any young man who emerged, and while they waited, they would carelessly sharpen their cutlasses on the large stone tomb just outside the church doors. But it was this very carelessness that may have inadvertently saved many young men from a life at sea. The sound of the swords scraping against the stone was said to echo within the church, a warning to those inside. Alerted to the danger, the men would slip away unnoticed through a hidden tunnel beneath the church tower, leaving only the elderly and unfit to leave by the main entrance. Yet, as with many legends, there is another, less dramatic version of the story. Some suggest that the cuts were made not by the swords of press gangs, but by the scythes of local field workers, sharpening their blades as they prepared to harvest crops. Regardless of the truth, these scars on Mary Ellis's tomb have stood the test of time, just like the church that looms above them. St. Clement's, with its 80-foot tower, has been a sentinel on Lea Hill for centuries, a landmark visible for miles around. The current building dates back to around 1500, but a church has stood on this site for 200 years before that. And just outside the church's red brick entrance, Mary Ellis lies at rest, her tomb a silent witness to the passage of time and to the tales, both of fact and of folklore, that have woven themselves around her name. Whether the work of press gangs or peasant farmers, the marks on her tomb tell a story, one that continues to fascinate and intrigue those who take the time to listen. I hope you've enjoyed this little slice of Essex history.